Hello everybody, welcome to another screencast. My name is Kevin Remdy and I'm an IT Pro Evangelist with Microsoft. And today we're talking about Hyper-V Live Migration. Now this is actually demo 1 of a multi-part series of screencasts. These are all demos that were done in a Windows Server 2008 R2 webcast in early June of 2009. So I thought it might be nice to be able to record these screencasts and make them available to you. So this first demo was a real simple, quick demonstration just showing you how simple it is to do a live migration in Hyper-V. Now, what is a live migration? A live migration is a move of a running virtual machine, a live virtual machine, from one clustered node to another. So using Windows Server 2008 R2 and the new capabilities around clustered shared volumes and technology like that that actually enables this and allows this to happen, we're actually able to take a running virtual machine and without anybody knowing or caring, even those applications and users that are using services on that running virtual machine, we can actually move it from one actual host that's running in a cluster to another and allow that to happen without any disruption. So we can do this a couple of different ways. We can either run it and do the failover from the cluster manager, or we can use the PowerShell actually to run this and to do this. That might be a nice way to do multiple machines, maybe creating a script and allowing the power of PowerShell to be able to work with arrays of objects that represent virtual machines and be able to say move, 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 essentially. So in this case, let me show you the two options. First of all, in the failover cluster manager, notice on this cluster here, CHVCLU01A, I happen to have a couple of nodes, and I'm going to assume from their naming that these are Hyper-V servers. But if I select this first one, notice I have a virtual machine here running, named virtual machine. So if I right-click on this, I actually can do a live migration of this virtual machine to another node. So that's what I want to do, and it gives me a list of the nodes that are available to me. So I've only got one other node here, it's number 2, so I'll go ahead and click that. And it really is as simple as that. So if I wanted to move it back using PowerShell, how would that look? Let's open up PowerShell here, and I'm going to enter the command import module failover clusters. And what this is going to do for me, in the native PowerShell, I don't yet have the base PowerShell, I should say, in version 2, I don't have the commandlets installed by default that would manage failover clusters. But you see, it's very easy, just like importing the Active Directory module or group policy or whatever other module you want to add in and to add the additional commandlets for additional functionality and configurability and management. I can use import module failover clusters to add those commandlets. So once I have that, I can use a command such as get cluster in order to essentially get an object representing this cluster, the same one we just pointed to in the cluster manager, and then pass that to the in this pipe to the move cluster virtual machine role. Okay, so basically point to that cluster, call this commandlet against it for this virtual machine named virtual machine, and move that virtual machine to our original node. Okay, so it's really as easy as that. Simple PowerShell representing getting the information from the cluster, the named cluster, then calling the move cluster virtual machine role on that virtual machine in order to move it to a new node. Comes back with no errors, absolutely no problems. Well, thanks for joining me for this screencast. You may notice I'm using DemoMate because we don't actually have a cluster configured here, but hopefully you still found this useful and will join me for another screencast very shortly.